How many law of attraction videos have you watched by now? How do you feel about law of attraction and manifesting? Stop for a moment and think. Weren't you more comfortable not knowing about law of attraction and manifesting? Like many of you, I was impressed by the movie The Secret and I was excited. I thought I could have anything in life. So I started manifesting using different manifestation techniques. Did they work? Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. But the whole manifestation game brought more stress and discomfort into my life than good because of the way I approached it. Whenever I had a desire that I was focusing on, I found myself waiting for my manifestation to come true and then be happy. And then when my manifestation wasn't coming, I couldn't help but be disappointed. The whole idea of manifestation had created an expectation, an attachment to a certain outcome. If you have been feeling the same, share in the comments below. So in the process of trying to manifest what I wanted, I was suffering. It was until I came across teachings of Eckhart Tolle that things changed. And this is interesting that this happened when I let go of manifesting and stopped trying so hard. Somewhere in the book, The Power of Now, Eckhart explains that as long as we are not conscious and we are in the grip of our ego, no matter where we are, and even if we get our desire and we manifest our desire, for example, if we manifest living in a mansion or something like that, the next day our ego starts to complain about that and wants something more or something different. The ego, which is our untrue sense of self, always feels not enough in its core. So it is always looking for some things or ways to cover that sense of lack and not enoughness. When we are not conscious, we are identified with that wrong sense of self or our ego, and we feel the same way. So we are always looking for some ways to cover that sense of lack and not enoughness. Understanding the ego and the games it plays totally changed everything for me. I suddenly shifted to a new way of thinking and seeing myself and the world around me. So I started practicing being present, and in doing so, I realized some insights that I'm going to share with you, and I'm hoping that will help you let go of your attachment to your desires and truly live a fulfilled life without waiting for your manifestations to come true. And when your manifestation come about, you get to enjoy that manifestation and you are not going to quickly chase after another one, or you don't live in the fear of losing your manifestation. When that shift happened in me, I understood that conscious manifesting is not a magical process. It needs some inner work, and that is something some of us are unwilling to do. But we need to understand that we can't master conscious manifesting without inner work and without following laws of the universe. Let me tell you why. We need to know that we are always manifesting, but not consciously or deliberately. The life we have built around us and the world around us is our manifestation that we did unconsciously, meaning without awareness. That's why there may be a lot of things in our life that we don't want, but it is our manifestation. We just did it without awareness. Now with conscious manifesting, we want to bring awareness into the process and manifest what we want, or manifest at least what we think we want. We want things because we believe they are going to give us a certain feeling we are after. But we are told that in order to bring that things that we want, we need to get to the feeling place of that thing and feel that we already have it. But how can we ignore that feeling of lack that we have and ignore the reality that we don't have that thing that we want and get to the feeling place of what we want? This is a paradox. It is impossible to feel like we already have that thing we want unless we improve our state of being and become the person who already has that thing. When we become that person, then we don't need that thing anymore. We don't have that sense of lack. We lose our attachment to this outcome because we feel we already have it. That's the reason rich gets richer and poor gets poorer. The rich already knows the taste of having that wealth. So it is easy for them to imagine themselves having even more. They don't need that thing. They already feel they have it. We also need to know that desires, like everything else in this universe, serve a purpose. What is the purpose behind desires? The purpose behind desires is growth and expansion of the universe, and you can see this purpose manifesting in nature every day. But what is in this process for us? Why we have desires? It seems that the universe kind of nudges us to grow and become more conscious through desires. So if we get stuck in the desire itself, whether our desire is becoming rich and famous or having a specific person or becoming enlightened, we have missed the point. Let me explain more. We have to grow in consciousness to be able to manifest what we want as a natural result of our growth. In that state, we actually get to enjoy what we manifest. We may get what we want through a struggle and effort in the physical world, but our happy feeling for that manifestation only lasts for a few seconds or a few days. Then we have to look for another desire to feel that sense of emptiness. Whether we get what we want through our effort in physical world or through manifestation techniques, if we haven't grown in our level of consciousness, we have missed the point. The point was never the desire itself. The point was growth in our consciousness. Sometimes we even repel what we have already manifested because we haven't grown in our level of consciousness. You may have heard the story of lottery winners. Almost all of them lose their money in 2 years or so because their lack mentality hadn't changed. They stayed in the same level of consciousness. When we haven't grown in our level of consciousness, either we have fear of losing the thing that we have received, and this fear is going to manifest in our life and we are going to lose it, or deep down we don't believe we are worthy of the thing that we have received. And because we think this way, we sabotage ourselves and we lose the thing that we have received. So that way, when that happens, we feel even worse than the time that we hadn't received our manifestation yet. When we become a true, deliberate, or conscious manifester, then we understand that we are the creator of our own reality. Then we finally understand that we can create our life in a way that is aligned with the core of our being. Then we feel such joy that we want to share this knowing with everyone on this planet. In that state, we don't suffer in the process of manifesting. We don't force things into existence. We trust the universe and we let go of our attachment to our desires. Then we become free as a bird, and we become magnetic. We finally get an understanding of who we truly are, and in that state, there is no feeling of lack. There is no need. We are already abundant and we don't have to prove it to anyone or anything.